You've done it. The papers are signed, the goodbyes are said, the 6 a.m. alarms are history. You've officially retired. But now what? The first 30 days are crucial. They set the tone for the lifestyle that you want to create. So here's a guide to making that first month remarkable. I'm Maureen Dobransky. This is Life Starts at Retirement. So let's talk about those first 30 days. You've just made one of the biggest changes ever. And so I say in week one, pause and celebrate. Seriously, you didn't just quit your job, you completed a career. And that deserves more than just a cake in the break room. So sleep in. Have a long, slow breakfast. Dance in your kitchen. Pour the fancy coffee or maybe a little bubbly. Just really take a moment to let it sink in that your time is now truly your own. Just reflect on what you accomplished, the lives you touched, and the fact you made it to this milestone. This week isn't about doing, it's just about being. Maybe even something personal. Write yourself a letter, take a photo, go out for dinner with someone who supported you on this journey. Remember, this is your retirement birthday, so celebrate it like you mean it. Because before you dive into travel plans, to-do lists, or new routines, I think you need just a moment to simply say, I did it. Pause and celebrate. But in week 2, things start getting real. So I say it's now time to experiment with your rhythm. So without a schedule, things can just blur. Days can go by, weeks can go by. So here in week 2, I say start setting a loose routine, maybe a morning walk, coffee, hobby time. You don't need to go 9 to 5 anymore, but maybe just a little bit of structure to put the week into perspective. And so right now, usually in week 2, the novelty of sort of sleeping in is worn off just a bit. And it's time to find that rhythm and the beauty of retirement. And what's so incredible in retirement, you're not stuck to one routine. You get to experiment until you find what works just for you. So start by asking yourself these questions. What do I love to do? What makes me smile? What did I always want to try? What activities make me feel energized and fulfilled? Is there somewhere that I've always wanted to go? A whole bunch of these questions. But remember, the goal here, especially in week 2, isn't to become productive again. It's just to find your sweet spot between purpose and peace. And so I say here in week 2, just think about what you may want to do and then try creating a loose daily flow, not a rigid schedule. I would even write these things down because you'll find as time goes on, you probably want to look at this list over and over again. But play around with it. Have some fun. And heck, test a few different maybe retirement days. One day might be all about movement, yoga, walking, gardening. Another one could be a creative day where you do painting, writing, organizing photos. And some days they're just for pure rest and joy. You've earned them. So don't worry if every day looks a little bit different, but remember, in retirement, you're not managing your time. You're designing a life. So take this week to try, tweak, and tune your days until they start to feel like you. Now, in week 3, though, many people here, when they get to week 3, they say they start to feel a little bit anxious. And the reason why is if you were just on a vacation, most people would be already getting ready to go back to work. And so they start going, oh, now what? It's real. I don't know. So one thing that has helped a lot of people in week 3 is just to tackle one mini project. Remember, it isn't about doing nothing. It's about doing the right things at your pace on your terms. And so in week 3, it might just be time to tackle that one mini project that gives you something satisfying, the feeling of, I did something today, or I did something this week, without overwhelming you, without looking to have this big, huge thing. Pick something small, not a full garage makeover or redoing your whole kitchen, just one manageable project that you've been putting off for months or maybe that you've been putting them off for years. So if you need some ideas, maybe just organize your junk drawer. Organize a cupboard or a shelf. Sort through one box of photos and pick your favorites to frame or digitize. Maybe plant some herbs or flowers in a pot by the window. Maybe just create a little cozy reading corner in your house. Or update your digital life. Clear out old emails and organize your desktop. Who knows? The project doesn't have to be practical at all. It can be whatever makes your life better. And again, it could be something very meaningful. Write a letter to your future self. Create a memory album for your grandkids. Frame something you love but never got around to hanging it. The point here isn't to get stuff done. It's just to build a little bit of a momentum, a bit of pride, and a bit of joy. It reminds you that retirement isn't necessarily a break from life. It's a shift towards the projects and passions that really matter to you. And as a little bit of a bonus, once you do one project, you might just feel inspired to take on the next one. But for now, just one. Small wins, big smiles. And now for the big secret. Week 4. This is my favorite. Plan something to look forward to. One of the biggest secrets to happiness in retirement is to always have something to look forward to. So in week 4, it's time to shift your focus from what you left behind to what lies ahead. It doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be a bucket list adventure, although, hey, if you're ready for it, go for it. But what it really matters is creating that anticipation, giving yourself something fun, something meaningful, something exciting to wake up to and think about. Think back to week 1 and look at some of those answers and start now to incorporate them back into your life. Here are some easy ideas, maybe just to spark your planning. Book a getaway, a weekend road trip, a cruise, a cabin in the woods, or a few nights in the city that you've always wanted to explore. Schedule maybe a retirement celebration dinner with friends or family. No speeches, just good food, good company. Grab tickets to a concert, a play, or a festival that you've never made time for before. This one I love is to sign up for something new, a painting class, a cooking workshop, a local club, a community walk, a hiking club, something again that makes you smile. And create a personal fun calendar for the next few months. Pencil in small moments of joy like lunch dates, game nights, or sunrise walks. This week is about retraining your brain to look forward, not backward. Retirement isn't just about rest, it's about recreation, not just leisure, but renewal. And remember, you don't have to wait for the perfect time or the big milestone. Even planning a picnic or a cozy movie night at home can build momentum for the lifestyle that you want. So just ask yourself, what would make me smile? Just thinking about it, and then do it. You've spent your life showing up for work. Now start showing up for you. Now, before I go, I have a few bonus tips that I think you should just keep in mind for the whole entire month. Sort of mention them in between, but think about these for the whole month. Reflect and dream a little. Grab a notebook, ask yourself those questions. What do I want more of? What could I get rid of? What do I want less of in my life? What would make me excited to get up in the morning? Bonus tip number 2, explore new interests. Try a new recipe, walk a new trail, join a local club or class, even virtually, because curiosity doesn't retire. It makes you more vibrant. And the big one, check in with yourself. How are you really feeling? Remember, retirement should bring you joy, but it also has big identity shifts. Be kind to yourself. Reach out if you feel you're not alone. So maybe just remember, retirement isn't a destination, it's a launch pad. So use these first 30 days to listen to your heart, try new things, and build the foundation for a life you love. You've earned it, so go make your retirement remarkable. I'm Maureen Dobransky. This is Life Starts at Retirement. Please subscribe for more real talk, fun ideas for the retired lifestyle, and consider joining our Facebook group. It's huge now. So many people. Facebook.com/group/Life Starts at Retirement. See you in the next video.